Good morning students. My topic today is vertebral artery. Vertebral artery, one of the two principal arteries which supply the brain. It also supplies spinal cord, meninges, surrounding muscles and bones. It arises from the posterior superior aspect of first part of subclavian artery. It runs a long course and ends in the cranial cavity by supplying the brain. Artery is divided into 4 parts. Now, first part of subclavian artery. First part extends from the origin of artery to transverse process of 6 cervical vertebra. This part of the artery runs upward, backward in the triangular space between scalenus anterior and longus colli muscle called as scalenovertebral triangle. Now, scalenovertebral triangle. Scalenovertebral triangle present at the root of neck. Boundaries of this triangle are medially longus colli, laterally scalenus anterior, apex cervical vertebra number 6 and base formed by first part of subclavian artery. Posterior wall of this triangle formed by C7, ventral ramus of C8 nerve and first rib. And contents of this triangle are vertebral artery and cervical part of sympathetic trunk. Now relations of this triangle. Anteriorly, carotid sheath, common carotid artery, vertebral vein, inferior thyroid artery, thoracic duct on left side, posteriorly transverse process C7, stellate ganglion and ventral rami C7 and C8. Now in this diagram we can see this is scalenus anterior, subclavian artery, lower trunk of brachial plexus, posterior tubercle of transverse processes, anterior tubercle of transverse process, scalenus medius, levator scapulae, scalenus posterior, subclavian vein, first rib. Now, second part of vertebral artery. Second part runs through the foramen transverse area of the upper 6 cervical vertebrae. Its course is vertical up to the axis vertebra. It then runs upward and laterally to reach the foramen transversarium of atlas vertebra. Relations of second part. Ventral rami of 2nd to 6th cranial nerves lies posterior to the vertebral artery. Artery is accompanied by a venous plexus and a large branch from stellate ganglion. So in this diagram we can see this one is vertebral artery. First part of vertebral artery, second part of vertebral artery, third part of vertebral artery and fourth part of vertebral artery. This one is scalenus anterior, scalenus posterior, scalenus medius. Third part of vertebral artery lies in suboccipital triangle emerging from the foramen transversarium of atlas. The artery winds medially around the posterior aspect of the lateral mass of atlas. It runs medially, lying on the posterior arch of this bone, and enters the vertebral canal by passing deep to the lower arched margin of the posterior atlanto-occipital membrane. Relations of third part: anteriorly lateral mass of atlas, posteriorly semispinalis capitis, laterally rectus capitis, lateralis medially ventral ramus of first cervical nerve, and inferiorly dorsal ramus first cervical nerve and posterior arch of atlas. Now fourth part of vertebral artery. Fourth part extends from posterior atlanto-occipital membrane to lower border of pons. In the vertebral canal, it pierces dura and arachnoid and ascends in front of root of hypoglossal nerve. As it ascends, it gradually inclines medially to reach the front of medulla. At the lower border of pons, it unites with its fellow of opposite side to form basilar artery. Now, branches of vertebral artery. First part has no branches. Cervical branches from spinal branches from the second part enters the vertebral canal through intervertebral foramen and supply spinal cord, meninges and vertebrae. Muscular branches arising from the third part and supply suboccipital muscles, and cranial branches arise from fourth part. These are meningeal, posterior spinal, anterior spinal, posterior inferior cerebellar and medullary. So this is all about vertebral artery. Thank you.